What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to discuss another penny stock in the form of BioNano Genomics ticker symbol BNGO. So I'm going to focus on three main factors today. The first of these being an overview of the company to see who they actually are and what they do. Second of all, we'll have a look at their current share price and have a look at the charts to see if they're a buy at current prices. And thirdly, we'll have a look at some very interesting news articles which will offer catalysts for this company going forward. Firstly, BioNano Genomics, or BNGO, is a life science instrumentation company which focuses on genome analysis space. The firm engages in the development and marketing of Sapphire System, a platform for ultra-sensitive and ultra-specific structural variation detection that enables researchers and clinicians to accelerate in the search for new diagnostics and therapeutic targets for streamlined cytogenics. Now again, that's quite a mouthful, so we're actually going to break this down a bit more and see what this company actually does. The NGO are currently in the healthcare sector and their industry is diagnostics and research, and they currently have just under 100 full-time employees. As always, I love to see what companies' top shareholders are, and in this situation it's Vanguard Group with 3.63% holding within the company. I know that penny stocks are usually under the $5 or even $10 mark, and BioNano Genomics is currently sitting at $13.70, but that's mainly because it's going up in value so fast. However, I still feel that this is classified as a penny stock in my opinion. We can see this time last year it was sitting at about $1 a share, and it even went down to less than 50 cents a share as well. But since we go up to here on the right, since the middle to the end of 2020, we can see the massive increase. So on the 31st of December it was $3, and since then we can even see here that it's jumped up a further $10 and currently sitting at $13.70. Now when I say I like to call this a penny stock as well, is because even the middle of last month it was sitting at about $8.40 per share. After doing some research into BioNano Genomics, their website is actually quite interesting. We can see straight away when you open their website, the first thing you see is that they're currently trying to counteract COVID. So that's very good to see in terms of innovation and kind of keeping up with the trend as such, if that's the right word to use. But we can see as well throughout their site that when you click on things like their product offerings, we can see that they have the Sapphire product that I mentioned earlier. They have BioNano chips, prep kits, and data solutions. If you go into their applications, it's even more interesting because their current discovery research is in cancer, genetic diseases, and genomic assembly. So that is very interesting in my opinion. We can also see throughout they have a lot of different things in terms of resources on their platform library. They have support sections. They also have companies, so all about us, news, contacts, how to get onto them, etc. And what we're kind of most interested in is their investor section. On their investor tab, we can see here that obviously they're going to say that they want to enhance their shareholders through their business performance and increasing their share price. But what I also find interesting is that they want to use effective communications and responsible communications with their shareholders. Certainly something that I really like when I'm investing in any companies, and especially in these kind of more volatile style companies, that communication is key in my opinion. So today I don't really want to focus too much in terms of their overall holdings reports and earnings reports, etc., as all that information is available on their site anyway. And to be honest, if you're watching this video, you probably already know the vast majority of this information for this company. So today I want to kind of focus mainly on the catalysts that are going to drive the price of the stock over the coming weeks. So one topical piece of information, and certainly a catalyst on Friday that helped drive the price up another 17%, was that their tool Sapphire is actually working 100% in terms of cancer and tumor products. So that's very interesting to see, and even all things aside in terms of share price, this is very positive as well going forward for everyone. Also in terms of catalysts for this company, we can see on Investor Place they have 5 very valid points on why the share price is only going to go in an upward trajectory. The first of these was back in January last month, so there was positive test results for the company's Sapphire system were reported by the company. These results appear to be key catalysts behind the company's stock parabolic rise this year. So earlier in the video I showed you their 1-year chart, and it literally looks like the stock just went straight up, which this certainly has one of the main reasons why that has happened. So it's all well and good to have a product, but once it actually gets approved by big programs, such as the second point here, it definitely has a drastic increase, first of all, in terms of your direct gain in profit, but also long-term success if you can get involved with these kind of programs. And we can see here that the Sapphire system recently was approved by a pilot program in Canada, one of Canada's largest diagnostic labs, and the market appears like the validation of one of BioNano's core products. So that's very interesting news as well for the company in terms of long-term sustainability. Another very important piece of news is their extension in terms of the Nasdaq exchange. Now again, with companies such as BNGO, there's definitely a lot of chances of the companies kind of going under, so that they're after getting more compliance with the Nasdaq exchange certainly is only of added benefit for investors to kind of give a more reassurance that the stock is going nowhere. We then have the 4 point here in terms of penny stocks. Again, this kind of is a very common occurrence in penny stocks, and that's when people kind of jump on the bandwagon, so to speak. And it's kind of no different with BNGO. Now with this company as well, by having this momentum, it's certainly because of the points above that I mentioned as well, but by also having kind of new investors and penny stock investors jumping onto the stock, it really does create hype around the stock and really is going to drive the price up. But one would have to wonder if that is sustainable as well. We'll have to see in time to come, I guess. But from the other catalysts I've mentioned above here, it's certainly promising from reading that in terms of medium-term investing. However, you'd wonder if the penny stock crew kind of start jumping off the stock eventually, once prices continue to rise. You'd wonder if the overall company will be able to sustain just based off the above topics. And again, because it is going into research and it is kind of performing as such in their sectors, it is kind of reassuring in that front. However, you'd wonder as well down the line if this is actually sustainable for all of their different business ventures. The 5th point, albeit I wouldn't really call it a catalyst as such, but I mentioned earlier, is in terms of the communications with their investors and shareholders. And we can see here that they're doing a fireside chat next Thursday. Again, in my opinion, especially with penny stocks, that they're a lot more volatile, and a lot of people as well think that they're kind of hiding things and kind of just a quick pump and dump. However, when they're having a fireside chat, it really does kind of give investors more confidence in terms of the company and their sustainability. Another point to note as well, guys, is that their management calculates that their total market returns for everything including is as large as 3.8 billion annually. That includes one-off sales of hardware plus consumables required to run the tests. So we can also see here that the recurring revenue from consumables could eventually amount to as much as 1.5 billion each year. So that shows that their current trading revenue is a mere 7.3 million, which shows again that they have plenty of room to grow. So again, one of the main reasons why I like BioNano Genomics, just like Apple, which is one of my favorite stocks, it really does have potential in the future, and also it does make a difference in people's lives. So when you actually take the profitability of stocks out of the equation and you actually look at the company deep down, it really does mean a lot more to me in terms of making a quick buck, so to speak. And we can even see here on screen that they're using genetics to fight cancer, COVID-19 and more. So this can certainly be of huge benefit to anyone. As I do with all of these penny stocks that I talk about, I kind of want to keep a log of how they're actually performing and see if they're actually doing better or worse than I expected. Again, as I'm new to penny stocks, I want to kind of just use this as a brief way of seeing if I'm right or wrong, so to speak. And again, it's worth noting that this is my practice account, so this is not real money. So I just kind of want to do this to see at what point I start talking about these stocks and I make my final verdict to see if I was right or wrong. And down the line, when I actually start to use real capital, I'll have a lot better sense of how I'm performing. So what I'll do here now is I'll just buy €1,000 of fake shares in this company, and we'll see over the next few days if I'm right or wrong with my judgment. So my final verdict on BNGO, and just before I mention this, I am not a financial advisor obviously, so take everything I say with a pinch of salt, and this is my own opinion for entertainment purposes. At 13.70, I feel that this company is probably fair valued in my own opinion as of now. However, as I stated throughout this video, they have a lot of potential, and a company, especially if they're actually helping people out down the line, is a company I'd like to get behind eventually. However, at the moment at 13.70 a share, I think I'm going to sit it out for now. However, if it does kind of drop below the $10 mark again, I might start to take some interest in this company, albeit just a small position probably, but it would definitely be interesting to see if it does drop a little bit. And again, because it is more or less a penny stock, that is very likely that it can drop as well as go way up as well. So we'll see over time, but certainly is a company that I kind of do have a bit of interest in fairness. So I will see over the coming weeks what the share price is like, and we'll kind of make a decision then. So today we went through kind of the current share price, the 1 year chart. We had a look at the company in brief overview. We looked at some of their major catalysts as well, etc. So if you found this video anyway helpful or entertaining, it'd be brilliant if you consider subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. And as always, it'd be much appreciated if you like the video as well, and comment below with any questions, comments, queries, or suggestions with any companies, especially this company that we talked about today, BNGO. If you have any questions or anything you'd like me to go into, just comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks very much guys, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's video.